stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here been the front seat. Get my meals, I'm gunning for the money. Money in the bank, coming with a dank. Skrilling a tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up and welcome to Whatever Waits Live on Woodsports.com.
Welcome you.
I'm Eazy. That's Spinmo Rax. Young Chris, Unky Nick. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend. If anybody's affected by today's events, my thoughts and prayers are with you. Yeah. My thoughts and prayers are with anybody affected just in general by today's events. I think it's the cowardice thing you could do in life. And I guess I want to get over that. Hopefully we bring some smiles to you guys today, because I know that stuff affected me pretty hard, as it always does. It's coming fresh off the anniversary of the Michigan State stuff too. Yeah. But again, if you guys are affected or know anyone affected, thoughts and prayers with you, and I guess be with those friends and family at the moment. But on to...
That's just terrible stuff, man. I don't know what could cause a human to do something like that. How it just keeps happening, and nothing is being done to try to avoid it or try to change it.
And it's moments that are supposed to be celebration, moments of joy, moments that people are, families, not even just people, families are coming to these events to celebrate. And it's unfortunate because sports is so much a factor of their community, so much a core of every community that it's in. Yeah. So for it to hit there, it's disgusting. It's unfortunate.
You got anything you want to say, Nick?
Yeah, it's just terrible. I mean, these families are going to remember this day for the wrong reasons, that, and it's just too bad. And, just a cowardice act, like you said, Eazy. So thoughts and prayers to everybody on KC.
In other news today, we'll be breaking down our mock drafts. I have a mock draft 1.0. Spinny has a mock draft 1.0.
I do.
We're breaking those teams down. Maybe at some point throughout the week we'll get one from Chris and Unky Nick.
Let's go.
Get those things going too. We'll be talking Red Wings today.
Yes.
Off the rip. Which were better reasons, but reasons nonetheless. And free agency tender. It is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to anybody watching. Happy Valentine's Day to you and your significant other. If you don't have a significant other, happy Valentine's to you Day either way. And what I said made no sense. Happy Valentine's to you Day. Is that what I said? Yeah. You're welcome. Welcome you.
Welcome you.
Welcome you. Well put.
Either way, we're doing free agent Tinder. So we'll have some Tinder swipes for you guys to swipe left or swipe right on. And on top of that, some MVP smoke, Detroit Lions awards, and more. But before we get to all that, Spinny, the Detroit Red Wings have one of the most iconic logos in the history of Everdom.
Yeah.
It is one not to be messed with. But this girl, Emily, she does this on her TikTok. She's done it with the Lions in the past. She's very creative. Did you see this at all, by chance?
Yeah, I did.
Were you automatically just pissed off from it?
Yes,
or
I
is there
was.
like some appreciation of it?
No appreciation.
Nothing.
I mean, it's like I get it, that's your thing, but don't do it with the Red Wings. And it was funny that she didn't even use the original logo because she knows. Did you see it? Restart it, Chris.
Yeah, it's on.
She used the D.
Yeah, she puts up the D. She doesn't even
But
put
she
up the
didn't
wing
touch
wheel.
it.
Because, see, she puts that up there, and then when she goes to do it, there's no need to do that. The winged wheel is perfect as it is. It's the best sweater in hockey. You don't got to do that. So you could have just skipped this one. A funny thing to do would have been to do, Red Wings logo design, and do that and do all this crazy shit, and then just have the same logo. Have the original Red Wings logo.
Make it look like you're making some totally different.
She does it. This is what she does. And
I mean, I do appreciate homage. I do appreciate, and it was still a winged wheel at the end of the final result.
But
it's just you don't the Red Wings logo. It's just one you don't.
You don't mess with greatness.
Yeah.
You don't mess with greatness. You don't tell Tom Brady to change his drop back. You don't tell Steph Curry to change his jumper.
Yeah.
You don't tell the Red Wings to change their logo.
Yeah, you don't tell Tom Brady not to kiss his son.
Yeah.
I'll be honest too. The Red Wings logo is not one I feel like you look at and get what it is right away. My entire life I thought it was the opening of a wing. I never realized it was a winged wheel until I think I was 13 or something like that.
Me too. I didn't know it was a winged wheel.
I never knew what the hell
until somebody I heard somebody say winged wheel. I was like,
Oh,
That makes sense.
yeah.
I thought it was just like a wing at first when I was younger.
But also, I guess the wheel for Motor City. Where you at with this thing, Nick?
The old Lions one I didn't really get. Like the old one before it was like more
Yeah, I thought its
defined.
legs were its mouth.
Yeah,
That was horrible.
I thought that too.
But I'd have no problem with this girl's making a paycheck. I've seen these before. She does a great job. Obviously, it's the winged wheel. This girl's just making some cash.
Nick's
here.
trying to hit it.
I
It's
got no-
Valentine's Day. I'll tell you to your
I see.
face.
Okay, then.
Don't do it. Don't do it with the winged
That's what
wheel.
it's capable for.
Like I said, get your bag, do your thing. Don't touch the winged wheel. You don't do that.
There's just
You don't. And I better not see you touch the Old English D either. You fucking want one.
You fucking want one, bitch.
You don't.
You
Like I said,
want one.
there are things you
want
don't
one,
do.
bitch.
You fucking want one. There are things you don't do, and one thing you don't do is mess with the best sweater in hockey. You don't got to do that.
That's what I'm saying. There's classic rap beats people don't touch. You don't touch Renegade. Like
Yeah.
it's the same thing with logos. Like there's just certain classics. We all know the classics. We know what they are. You don't touch them. That's it. I mean, shout out to her for being creative and and it's not bad, but you just don't touch classics. That's
Yeah, I
all.
better
Yeah,
not
honestly,
see her
it
do
wasn't
it with the Old English D either. Because
What
Benny's
can you
coming
do?
for you.
I swear, like, don't you want to do
This
the Lions?
thumbnail.
You want to do the Lions? You want to do the Pistons? That's fine. Don't touch the Red Wings. Don't touch the Tigers. Those are two of the most iconic logos in sports history.
How about you fix the Pistons?
Who was responsible
How about
for
that?
this thumbnail? Whose idea was this?
That was my idea. I texted Ryan last night.
Oh, hell no.
That's fucking perfect.
What the fuck? Bro.
You don't like it?
Hey, I'm not judging. Just like to shoot straight.
It's funny, man. I thought it was good.
Ryan's just too good at his job, damn it.
Context for everybody.
Baller.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't need context.
Have you seen those videos, those
See the best
tweets
one?
that are like, boys, what
Yeah,
are your
Eazy and Purdy.
what's your most ridiculous? Let me explain.
Hear me out.
This is most ridiculous. Hear me out. It's easy.
Let me see if
Bro,
you can. I'll
you
see if I'm
should do that.
fuckable. What?
You should quote that tweet with the picture of
Hear
yourself.
me out. I
Yeah.
am about to do that. Actually,
That's funny.
Oh my
Hear me
God.
out. Let's see.
Hear me out.
Oh, no.
How many beers?
Dude,
How many
honestly,
beers?
Honestly, like 2.
That's a 12 beer for sure. The beer,
Like
just
two.
definitely throws
The
things
beard,
off
yeah,
of
the
it.
beard is crazy. I would say like
Hear me out.
I would say about 13 beers, and a couple shots.
That's cool. Some drippers.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I just saw that. That threw me completely off.
Shout out Ryan Lentz, dude. He's the GOAT.
Ryan Lentz is the GOAT. Shout out to Ryan Lentz.
His phone or his name on my phone is literally Ryan Lentz, the GOAT.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, Braylon, he must have covered, or I don't know if he went there or covered it, whatever, but him and Braylon were at autograph signing this weekend.
Yeah.
And then Braylon sent a picture of the two of them together. And I was like, that's sweet. You got to meet Ryan Lentz?
Dude, Ryan's the man.
Ryan is the man. UFC, still no headliner for UFC 300, and it's supposed to be like this
Stevie.
giant event. What?
Nothing.
What'd you say?
No, it's just an inside joke.
Can I hear it?
Stevie.
Stevie?
Yeah.
Oh. All right, anyway, moving on.
That was great.
Who wants more beans?
Who wants some beans?
Warbox.
UFC doesn't have like a headliner for UFC 300. UFC 300 has been built as like this, almost like their Super Bowl because it's the 100 mark for them, right? It's like a century mark for them, if you will.
Yeah.
Still nothing. And the only reason why I bring it up as like a relevant topic is like as recently as like I think it was last week, John Jones mentioned that he was asked to do it, and he has said no. But if they're asking John Jones as recently as last week, that means they don't have
Scrambling.
Yeah, they're scrambling for the biggest event of the year.
Yeah.
This is crazy by the UFC. I don't know. That just caught my eye. Any predictions for what it would be?
No, I honestly don't know who it would be. Who are you? Who?
I'm guessing. I don't know if he do that quick of a turnaround time. Duplessis.
Yeah, I was gonna. No.
Him versus Izzy.
No.
No.
You can't do that.
Why?
When's the fight?
It's UFC 300 is in April.
Yeah, you're
I
gonna give
say.
him 2-month camp? Like, no, man.
Well, he fought like a month ago.
Yeah, but training to fight Izzy is different than training to fight Sean,
God, it's
especially
done,
for
bro.
your first belt.
Your title defense.
Yeah, your first title defense.
April 13th.
Put Volk. Volk will do it.
Volk's fighting this weekend.
Yeah, he'll do it.
You just let him fight that?
Yeah.
He's already had a quick turnaround getting knocked out by Islam Makhachev.
So what?
Did you see the
He's
shit?
a savage. He'll do it again.
His daughter was like, Daddy, like, what, like, don't leave the door open like a bad man come get us.
Yeah.
He's like, don't worry, I'll fucking knock him out. Bro, I don't know if you saw it. She's like, what if it's Islam Makhachev?
Oh, that's crazy.
How yeah, even your daughter's like, that guy fucked you up, Dad. You
Yeah.
can't protect me from him.
That's tough.
Speaking of fights, you see, this is going on from like since last week when he knocked out or beat up Sneeko.
Yeah.
But Bryce Hall was calling out Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland is talking about like murdering him. Bryce Hall did a couple like boxing. Did he box that YouTuber get knocked out?
Yep.
Yeah, he got knocked out by Aaron Broom or something. Either way, Jake Paul's jumped into it too. Would you be interested?
Jake Paul versus Sean Strickland?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Give it to
for
me.
sure.
All day.
For sure. I think Sean Strickland would beat his ass.
I want it.
He's actually like
The best boxer in the UFC?
the best boxer in the UFC. Well, he's up there.
One of it, yeah.
He's top 5 for sure. He is big. Like it's not like he's not a little guy.
Yeah.
That Jake Paul's
Just a
used to
little
fighting.
guy.
So I would watch that. Yeah.
And then I guess this one I got to jump into the next segment with. It is the Commanders hiring Adam Peters as their assistant GM, former senior director of player personnel. Jesus.
Yeah.
Senior director of player personnel for the Detroit Lions. Would you say that, make a segment out of it?
No.
We got like 2 minutes to go.
Did you know who this guy was before today?
I didn't, but
He's been there for 25 years.
Yeah. Okay. That's why I was gonna go. Okay. I'm glad you're saying that because that's why I was gonna go with it too. Got a lot of people like I saw. I think it was a guy Broder, or maybe it was somebody from Pod. Like, this is not a nothing burger. He's been here for a while. But I'm like, we weren't good until like the last 3
couple
years.
years
So
ago,
it's kind of a nothing.
It
burger.
is a nothing burger.
Right?
They posted it on the socials.
You saw it?
Yeah, it was on our socials. But
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a nothing burger. Like, you guys can't tell me you knew who he was before today.
No clue who this guy
No
was.
idea.
And
I thought it
it's-
was our like assistant GM.
I mean, I'm glad he got an opportunity for sure, an upgrade. You know, he's going to be an assistant GM for so good for him. But look at that. Brad Holmes is getting jobs for guys who have been in jail with the Lions for 25 years.
Yeah.
2 years of Brad Holmes, 3 years of Brad Holmes. Go be an assistant GM after you've been in the salt mines with the Lions for 20 plus years.
Oh, God.
You finally get Brad Holmes. Draft
Seriously.
Jesus to lift you out of that terrible situation and give you a job somewhere else. So
He's probably doing what I'm doing with jobs right now, just ChatGPT, and that's probably how he got that job.
Hey,
Hey,
well, you
man,
know, it
smart
might
ones
work.
know.
Here is the other side of things. Actually, Nick, were you about to say something positive about it, or not positive? But all right, here's some positive light on Newmark, if you will. And this is coming from Pod. It says, this is a pretty significant loss for the Lions, as Newmark had been employed with the Lions since 1998. He started as an assistant and worked his way through the scouting program, officially holding the titles of Area Scout, National Scout, Assistant Director of College Scouting, Director of College Scouting, Director of Player Personnel, before being named to his final position with the Lions. Newmark was such a pivotal part of the Lions operation that he even interviewed for the team's vacant general manager job back in 2021. Well, actually, it wasn't 2021. It was 2020, if I'm not mistaken. Either way, yeah. Brad Holmes says he's been outstanding. This is back in 2021. I'm looking for other things, too. The Commanders have already announced this move as official, and now Newmark will reunite with former Lions GM Martin Mayhew, who's now their senior personnel executive. That's would you want?
why would you do that? Like, oh, we got to get Martin Mayhew and the guy who worked under him to run our front office. Like, no, probably not a good idea. Probably not a good way to build your team.
That's terrible.
I'm sure this guy was a great guy, you know. But like I said, there's a reason he wasn't getting jobs anywhere else until Draft Jesus came around.
Yeah. There's nothing. I can't buy into like this being a significant loss for the Detroit Lions. I don't know. Since 1998, the Detroit Lions have not been good.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's been Brad Holmes and company kind of reuniting things, not even just resurfacing things, and making it a brand new foundation.
Watch the Lions just getting nobody out of the draft this year. Not one starter. Everything falls apart.
Yeah,
This guy was the glue that kept it all together.
It was 22 years of groundwork. And Brad Holmes just came in and just reaped all the benefits.
Yeah. Sorry guys, I can't buy into it. I did see a tweet that said he's the one that pounded the table for Kirby Joseph.
Nice.
Cool. We have Brad Holmes.
Yeah.
We have Mike Disner working the books.
Yep.
Like if we lost one of those names, I mean, we're not losing Brad
Ray
Holmes.
Agnew.
But if we lost we lost Ray Agnew. If we lost Mike Disner, I'd have my stomach be a little bit queasy.
I'm surprised
even
Ray
if we lost
Agnew didn't
Chris
get a job.
Spielman.
Yeah.
You know, my stomach would be like, okay.
Chris Spielman ain't going nowhere.
Well, how about this though? One of my favorite like draft analysts, Rick Spielman, his brother, former GM of the Vikings. He's the one who took Justin Jefferson. Like,
Yeah.
I got Spielman's probably nice.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like Jack Campbell a little bit of a Spielman
But
guy.
I just think Chris Spielman's going to stay with the Lions.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
he's
I
not.
see what you're saying.
He wouldn't take a job somewhere else.
I got
Obviously,
you.
someone else would want him, but
Yeah.
he's a Lion through and through. He's going to stay with the Lions.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Chris, you about to say something?
I was just gonna say that when it comes down to it, I think that this is something that you're gonna start to see because of Brad Holmes' excellence. You're gonna see a lot of people, a lot of front office pieces moving. But man, it's just crazy to think that this is the time where that now that our assistant GMs are being poached and we're making topics about it versus 2 years ago, 3 years ago, what that story would have been.
I'm surprised that Ray Agnew didn't get another job, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm surprised nobody offered him
So
a GM
that's what
position.
blows my mind, right? Is that because, well, I guess new ownership. Because obviously Martin Mayhew was like their previous GM. That's like a black dude. Like, why isn't Ray Agnew getting love? Like he was with the Rams.
Ray Agnew's going
rebuilding
to be Ray Agnew's going to be a GM in the NFL pretty soon.
And every time Brad has done like a presser outside of like the one like last week, or majority of times he does pressers, at least like draft pressers or post-draft pressers, I feel like Ray is right there next to him.
If Lucas is Jesus, what's his name?
Louis Riddick.
Yeah, if Louis Riddick gets a job before Ray Agnew is a GM in the NFL, then these owners really don't know what they're doing.
I mean, it blows my mind. This guy's getting the gig before.
Well,
Ray Agnew.
he got the same position that Ray's in. It's
That's fair.
Assistant GM. It's not. If
that's true.
If he would have got the whole GM job, then yeah, I would have questioned it for sure.
That makes sense.
Well, let me tell you guys about Planet Fitness. We'll be back with some Red Wings and some Lions talk. But first, let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full-body workout in just 30 minutes in the 30-minute circuit. And all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment, no matter where you are. There's a Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit, and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Head over to woodwardsports.com, click the shop tab today, and get your latest Detroit sports merch. It's got everything you need. Hoodies, hats, tees, all guaranteed to turn heads. Head to woodwardsports.com, click the shop tab today, and get you some brand new
Merch.
There we go.
What up, there? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guys Spinmo Rax, Young Chris, Unky Nick, aka Nicholas Koloff, aka Detroit Mario. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend. If we hit 150 likes before the stream is over, the actual live stream in itself, we'll be doing a giveaway. We'll announce what the giveaway is at 100, but then we're giving away something for free at 150 likes. We're talking a lot of Detroit Lions. Got mock drafts coming up. We got Detroit Lions season awards coming up. But first, Detroit Red Wings 8-4.
Yeah.
How that was?
They shit the bed, man. It's tough. You know, you're going into a game against the Oilers, who just got shut out against the Kings. So you knew they were going to be angry. You knew they were going to put the puck in the back of the net. They're coming off a 16-game win streak. And then their first game back from the All-Star break, they got shut out by the Kings. Connor McDavid was breaking sticks on the ice and shit. So you knew the next game was going to be rough for whoever they were playing, and unfortunately, it was the Red Wings that were in the crosshairs. Ville Husso started the game. He ended up getting injured. Lyon came in. It was 3-3 after 2, so that was...
Husso just came back, too, didn't he?
Yeah.
So what do you re-injure?
I'm not sure. Hockey, it's either a lower body injury or an upper body injury.
Groin or something?
It's
Yeah,
literally
that's hilarious.
I swear to God. I swear to God. They don't tell you anything. With hockey,
I got you.
with hockey, it's literally they either say lower body injury or upper body injury. They don't.
What's left to injure?
They won't say ankle injury, knee injury.
Unless like a serious surgery or
nothing.
something. Well, because we knew about Kane's hip, and you knew about
Yeah, but they listed it. Well, if that's surgery or something
we
on
knew
it.
about the neck. Yeah, okay, that's what I'm saying.
You say lower body or upper body injury, so I don't know what it is with Husso. It's one or the other.
Kane, by the way.
Patrick Kane came back. There was some good things to pick out of this game. DeBrincat got in the back of the net. Patrick Kane came back, put one in the back of the net. Joey Veleno, he got into double digits and goals scored in this year.
Smack Sprong on that goal.
Yeah, he did. And but it's what happens when you're going against the best player in hockey. Like McDavid was McDavid. He had 6 points. You go out there. You got Hyman. Hyman's their leading goal scorer. I think he's got 32 now. He had 2 goals. Draisaitl had a goal. Like that is a dangerous team. And when you have guys on the back end like Jeff Petrie trying to defend guys like Hyman and McDavid, shit's not going to end very well. So it kind of just overexposed one of the weaknesses of the Red Wings, which is their back end defense. Like these guys, Ben Sherratt, whoever it is, Ben Sherratt, whether it's Petrie, whether it's Mata, whoever these guys are, they're not good. They're not good. And so that is what the Red Wings are going to have to do, is they're going to have to trade for a defender and bring Evanson up if they really want to make a push for this playoffs, or if they really want to do something in the playoffs. You can't have Petrie and Mata and Sherratt out there playing serious minutes in high pressure situations, because that's what's going to happen. There was one of the goals that gave up. Christian Fischer tipped the shot, and so it was slowly rolling towards Lyon, and he couldn't reach out to get it because there's people around him. And Petrie didn't even have his hand on Hyman. Hyman just walks in front of the net and pokes it under Petrie's blocker. I was like, dude, like you gotta box the guy out. Like you gotta at least try to defend somebody. So I'm really sick of Petrie and Mata. Sherratt at least does something. He's been there before. If Sherratt's your worst defenseman, then you have a pretty solid core. But when he's your third worst defenseman, you have a terrible defensive core.
Yeah, I'm not going to be the one to defend the Red Wings defense, but like Connor McDavid. I'm not a hockey guy. But like if I could like turn on the tape, not even tape, but the game, I'm not pretending like I'm watching like Red Wings tape. But if I turn on the game and I'm like, what the I mean, first of all, the one where he stole the puck, I think it was from Sider.
Yeah.
It was like
Pivotal.
a kid taking candy from a baby.
Yeah.
And then he just, with ease, just like raced his way away. Like, that was disgusting.
Could have been a penalty. Could have been a penalty,
this-
but
Should have been a penalty?
yeah, he grabbed Sider's stick.
Look at this fucking, I mean, I know you've seen it.
Yeah.
But for anybody that didn't see that last night.
Yeah, dude.
Oh my lord!
What the fuck? Is this on a loop real quick?
This,
I mean,
is, this is what the guy does, man.
this is filthy.
He's a fucking nightmare, bro. He's big. He's fast.
Look at this.
He's the best player in hockey, and it's not even close.
He's fucking clowning out there.
Yeah.
He's doing what
That's
what he
against
does, man.
Sider.
He's just that
That's against
good.
Sider, our best defender.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other part of it too, right?
Yeah.
That's the second time he clowned Sider when he pickpocketed Sider. I mean, Sider, you can't be messing around with the puck. God knows I love Sider.
Like I said,
This
that
is
should have
insane.
been a penalty. Sider, you're not going to get that call against him because it is McDavid, but McDavid grabbed Sider's stick.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that one is just
That's
just McJesus being McJesus.
I mean, even if you don't like hockey, if you're a hockey novice like myself, and you see something like that, you gotta like it's gotta be like, what the fuck? You gotta appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's gonna be in this guy's like all-time career highlights at the end of the day. No,
it's not.
that's not gonna be in the reel of
No,
like
it's not.
McDavid highlights. It's gotta be.
No,
bro.
it's not, dude. I'm telling you, that's just
That was sick as fuck.
that's a Tuesday. Like this guy, they call him McJesus for a reason, bro. He is disgusting. He is the best player in hockey by far, and it's like McKinnon's probably second, or whoever you're looking at, but
Yeah.
Best athlete in all of sports.
No.
him or Shohei probably, or Patty.
Or best of their trade, or like best athlete.
Best in their
Shohei.
trade.
Best
Yeah, I
athlete-
guess. I mean,
best
we
of their
can think
trade,
about
Shohei,
LeBron
and then
still.
Best
but-
athlete in all sports, it's between McDavid, Shohei, and Patrick Mahomes.
When I say athlete, I'm thinking like transition. Like this guy could have played
Like
this sport
Olympics or something?
type deal.
Well, yeah, but still.
That's what I'm saying. Best of their trade, like.
Spencer, I still think that was a pivotal moment in the
What?
game, though. Like when Sider did give up the puck, it seemed like he was kind of lollygagging with the puck a bit too much on that one. But it was good to see DeBrincat and Kane both get on the board with a goal and an assist. The biggest thing to me, though, was in the second period, we had 3 pucks go off the post. DeBrincat had 2 of them. Larkin had the other on would have been just a ridiculous snipe. But those are like the hockey bounces you need to win this type of game. You needed the momentum. We obviously didn't get it going into the third, and I think everybody in this room that was watching had a feeling that this team was about to implode.
And there was one right before their last power play when Raymond was going towards the net hard, and he kicked it out in front of the net, and it would have been a wide open net for Larkin, but Larkin overskated it, and then they called the penalty. And you saw Larkin, he was like, damn, because Raymond put it right. He should have been right there, and he overskated the net.
Yeah.
And you can't make mistakes like that against some of the best players, best teams in hockey. You can't.
Exactly. And the way this opens up this road trip that we're going on, I mean, it was kind of a classic up-down game, like you just said. We won in overtime against Vancouver. They get shut out against the Kings. This does, I mean, we were all super riding the high of the high, but you got to think about the lows of the lows here. They could lose the next 2.
You can't do that. You can't overreact because they ran into a buzzsaw in an angry team with the best player in hockey. Yeah.
Vancouver, who we just beat at home, now we're going to their ice.
Yeah.
And they're one of the best teams in the NHL as well.
But I feel like last night's like a wake-up call. You know what I'm saying? Like last night you get your ass kicked.
I think you got to take it one game at a time, and you can't look too much into this because this was a spot game. This was a spot game where you see what McDavid and literally McDavid was breaking sticks on the bench in their last game. So he was going to come out and have a McDavid in performance. Like having 6 points in a game is fucking wild.
So you're not concerned at all?
I'm not. I mean, a little concerned with the back end of our defense, but I'm not going to say because they lost this way they're going to lose the rest of the road trip.
Yeah, Edmonton can do that to a lot of teams.
Yeah.
They got to show out with a fire coming at Vancouver.
This reminds me of
Vancouver, like you said, Vancouver's one of the best teams in the league too. So they're
gonna be ready to roll.
They're not just gonna roll over. You're gonna have to go out there and play them hard.
This reminds me of like when you get suckered punched. Like you didn't see it coming, it happened, but now you're like, okay, motherfucker, okay, let's fucking go. Like, is what you want?
I like that.
For me, that's what this game was. That's what I hope it is. But like I said, I'm just not doing that hockey this year. So we shall see. We shall see. When we get back, we'll have a matchup at the end of it, a Jack Labrador, if you will, to see whose mock draft comes first. Before then, Detroit Lions season awards. Whatever you guys are more excited to talk about, actually, I'm down for it. But first, Spinny, tell us about Lady Jane's.
Lady Jane's. You can come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter to win a trip of your dreams and all expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament. That's right, no expenses spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Feel alive during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest New Year's sales event ever. Get the best prices on our huge selection of award-winning Chevrolets. Like this 2024 Equinox for $188 per month. Or this 2024 Silverado for $268 per month. It's the New Year's sales event going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper. Tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Feldman Chevrolet is Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer. With 18 locations, one right in your backyard. Make sure you guys check out the one nearest you by visiting feldmanauto.com and also check out Woodward Sports with Wake Up Woodward and BDE live every other Monday at Feldman Chevrolet in Novi. What up there? Welcome back to the Woodward Waste Live, WoodwardSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, join my guy Spin More Rax, young Chris, Unky Nick. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend. If you guys would, it means the world to us to smash that like button. Nick's been having anxiety, tripping out over it. We left it up to the chat, Spinny. What would they like to hear first? If you guys care about Nick, hit the like button. That's all I'm saying.
Yep.
Look at this guy. He's freaking out.
He is freaking out.
He's been scratching his.
What the hell is going on? Smash that like button for the boys, for the people.
We let the chat decide. What do you guys want to hear next? The end of the year Lions Awards or the Woodward Heavyweights mock drafts? It's 58% mock draft, Spinny.
All right.
Jack Labrador, who goes first?
Labrador.
Oh, it's just Labrador?
Yeah. Labrador.
That's you?
Yep. Labrador beats Jack. Motherfucker! All right, I'll go first.
Go ahead. Headphones in.
Hey, well, I love you. All right.
I love you too, bud.
Throw mine up there, Chris. This was my mock draft 1.0. And here we go. Starts off, my boy fell to me. Jackson Powers Johnson out of Oregon. I've talked about this guy before. I did a breakdown on him. He's 6'3", 320. He's a people mover in the run game. He's a Dan Campbell guy, aggressive, nasty, violent blocker when it comes to the run. And in the pass protection game, he is second to none. He can play all spots, left guard, right guard, center, on that interior offensive line. He had 1,300 plus snaps in college with 0 sacks allowed. Like I said, Dan Campbell guy, aggressive, great feet on both pass blocking and run blocking. He's a great puller. He can get in front of guys on the outside and be that lead blocker. It's very, very impressive what he does in both the run game and the pass game. I think this guy, you could draft him. He would be an immediate first day one starter at left guard and then could fill in for Frank Ragnow when he decides to call it quits at center. This guy, I think, is the can't-miss prospect in the offensive line, not at the tackle position. I don't even know if he's going to be there at 29.
That's what I was going to say.
Realistically, but he fell there for me. Shout out PFF. He was there. I took him. None of the cornerbacks were there. Quinton Mitchell, Nate Wiggins, none of those guys. Kool-Aid wasn't there. I was like, damn. But he was there, so I took him, and I love him. Number two.
You think he makes it past the Eagles?
I don't think so.
I was thinking like Kelsey retiring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if Kelsey comes back, he will.
Well, they're the same predicament as us, though.
Yeah.
Even closer to for sure retirement than we are.
You let me live, all right?
I'm just saying.
He fell in my lap. I took him. What, am I not going to take him when he's sitting there?
No, that's what happened in my pick, too, when I did mine.
I took him, and I'm happy with it. Again, I don't think he'll be there in the actual draft. If you want him, I think you're going to have to move up for him. But he took him, so I took him.
Nick, how you feeling about it?
You know me. I'm definitely down for this move, especially after Spencer's breakdown. I mean, if he can go center and play that left guard spot, I mean, it's pivotal for this Lions offense if they can keep an elite offensive line. And I think Jared Goff needs that. We've seen what these running backs can do, and we've seen Jared Goff in the play action, and it's dangerous. So I absolutely love that first pick from Spenny.
Thank you.
Christopher?
I love it too. I mean, the offensive line is the strength, is the core, is the foundation of this team. So I'm all in favor for, it's not the sexy pick, it's not the flashy pick, it's not the gaping hole that we see at cornerback or at defensive tackle. But at the end of the day, this is the move that's absolutely necessary to keeping this team going. If you want to extend this window, if you want to not just be this year's shot at the Super Bowl, you do have to look at getting offensive line, retooling that, because if you want a sustained run, it starts with this offensive line.
Yes, sir. And then number 2 on my mock draft, T'Vondre Sweat. Again, highly doubt that he's there at 62 or 61, but he was. And so I grabbed him. This is a guy, again, I broke him down before. You know what he is. He is a big, massive man. He's 6'4", 362 pounds. He plays that interior defensive line position, commands a double team at all times. He is a big dude, good at run stopping, good at shielding off blockers so he can see where the run game happens, see where the hole is, ditches the blocker, gets to the tackle, dominated in one-on-ones at the Senior Bowl, did everything you wanted to see out of a defensive tackle prospect that week. This guy is, I think he's a first rounder, but for some reason PFF doesn't. So I took him there, and if you could get him in the second round, that is a slam dunk pick for the Detroit Lions. At number 3.
Oh, you want to go around and get reactions?
Well, sure. Yeah,
he's like, sure, I guess.
I mean, yeah.
He's like, well, if you're,
I can make a segment out of it. I got breakdowns for all my draft picks.
Well, if you're making me.
Nick.
We only got 7 minutes left.
I dig Sweat a lot. Yeah, I mean, I think he's perfect. I mean, Spencer said a lot of the stuff, but you guys talked about it. He'll open things up for Aleem McNeil in the middle, so that's what I care about, interior pressure, and Aleem's going to be a problem next year, and we'll get to that later a little bit.
Yeah, I'm all for drafting a lineman, especially one that of that caliber if it falls to you at pick 29, but one of your first two has to be defense, absolutely, and I think that we're all going to be in agreement there. So I love this pick. He's no Cooper DeJean, but what can you do?
He's no Larry Woodward.
Yeah.
Lloyd Cushenberry.
Lloyd Cushenberry. He's not Lloyd Cushenberry, but he's a solid pick.
And then my number 3 pick for the Detroit Lions in this draft. Their third pick, it is in the third round. It is number 73. It is Kalen Carson, cornerback out of Wake Forest. This is a 6 foot, 195-pound cornerback who's got a 4.4 40. He is very good at tracking the ball and moving his head to avoid penalties. That is one thing I love seeing out of cornerbacks. When I watched his tape, he doesn't face guard like you see in college corners all the time, where they're just staring at the face and throw their hands up. He's good at turning his head and making the play. So he makes the play, doesn't get the penalty. He is very good at mirroring wide receivers on routes. Very, very good at mirroring wide receivers on routes. He's a press man corner. He gets a little lost in zone sometimes, but when he's on a man one-on-one, very good at mirroring their routes and anticipating throws. He's got longer arms for his size, and this dude is physical. He'll step up and he will lay the smack on somebody. He's a big hitter in the open field, wraps up very well. Like I said, the struggles he has is he can get a little handsy at the top of routes, and he's not great in zone, but he is great on man-to-man, and he runs very well with receivers. With that 4.4 speed, he can do a great job of mirroring them on routes and anticipating the throws. He is good when the ball is in the air. So it's impressive, and I got him there. Like I said, he's 6 foot, 195, so good size for an outside cornerback. He played at Wake Forest. He saw some good competition there in the ACC, and I like him at this pick.
Nick?
Just checked out his stats for the first time. Never seen him play, so I'm not going to talk on him. But six foot cornerback. Can he play the outside, Spencer?
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
Let's say he plays. He's outside. He's a man coverage cornerback.
Then I'm down for it.
Chris?
You had me at man coverage because we know that's what Aaron Glenn likes to do. Hell yeah, brother. But no, that's what fits this Lions personnel. So I like it. What you're saying. You sold me. You sold me on that one.
Yeah, I'm looking at his highlights right now. I see he's more like a physical dude, more like a tackler. I wasn't able to do like a deep dive on this dude.
Yeah.
We're definitely in need of the position, so let's do it.
This would be the pick of the draft if Brad Holmes got this pick where he did. This is their second pick in the third round, number 92 overall, Cooper Beebe.
What?
Cooper Beebe.
What a name.
Guard out of Kansas State. He's
Cooper
6'4", 335 pounds. And this guy is the best pass blocker in the NFL draft. Anywhere you look on the offensive line, tackle, center, guard, he is the best pass blocker in the NFL draft. Just shy of 3,000 snaps in college. 2,977 snaps over 49 games in his 5-year career. He allowed 1 sack. 1 sack in almost 3,000 snaps of collegiate football. This guy is a monster. His feet, his movement, like I said, when I break down an offensive lineman's film, I look at their feet first. They need to have quick, good feet, and this guy has great feet coming off the line. On top of that, he is nasty and mauls people in the run game. He'll go downhill. He prefers going downhill and attacking people in the run game. He is physical. He is aggressive. He moves people around. And like I said, 1 sack allowed in almost 3,000 collegiate snaps. This guy is big. He's angry. He is aggressive. He has Dan Campbell written all over him. And he can do everything when it comes to offensive line. If you can get this guy in the third round, that is a slam dunk, grand slam home run.
It's definitely a position of need. You're addressing both guard positions. Now, do you have him as a stock guy for like the future, or you see him playing this year?
He could play this year. He very well could.
I'm down with that too. that means you're saving money that way too.
Yeah.
Nick?
Yeah, we've seen Kansas State win the Big 12. What was it, 2 years ago? The year TCU still made the tournament, and they were a very good, sneaky team, and obviously he's had to have been a big part of that. But yeah, I'm all in. If you can get 2 interior linemen in this draft moving forward, you're set. Officially, especially with Ragnow potentially retiring in the next couple of years. That's one thing we have to keep our eye out for. Having this guy at guard where you can move Jackson Powers to the center position, big time in for it.
Yeah. And Chris?
Yeah, my only question is, how important do you think it is for them to get 2 offensive linemen in this draft as opposed to 1, especially with the higher up capital that you use them? Not necessarily the picks themselves, but just how important do you think it would be for them? I think
it's very important, especially because if they're gonna sign Graham Glasgow, it's not going to be to some 4-year contract. It's going to be another 1 to 2 year deal. They're going to move on from Jonah Jackson, and Frank Ragnow is seeing the end. Yeah. So they're going to need some guys in the interior.
Yeah, I only ask that because I feel like everybody's defense, just like we were last year, and then they ended up going offense. So. Yeah. I want to see how important you evaluate the need for it.
Yeah, for sure. And you look at my next pick. It is the 3rd defensive player I take in this draft, and that is Gabriel Murphy out of UCLA. He is an edge rusher.
Now this guy could be Lloyd Cushenberry.
And he could be Lloyd Cushenberry. I think he fits very well next to Aiden Hutchinson. We talked about what we like on the other side of Hutch is that speed rush guy. He is 6'2", 250 pounds. He had 27 tackles, 55 pressures, 11 quarterback hits, and 6 sacks playing for the Bruins last year. Very, very quick off the line. His first step is very good. He gets in the backfield fast. He has violent and aggressive hands at the point of attack. It's extremely impressive to watch him fight off these bigger, stronger left tackles that you see in the Pac-12 with all of those people out there, with the Washingtons, with the USCs, with the Oregons. These are big, tough offensive lines. And he is a smaller guy, but he uses his speed, his athleticism, and his bend to get around them and get into the backfield. He anticipates the ball very well. He anticipates the snap of the ball very well, and he is aggressive, violent, and physical, both in the run game and when it comes to attacking these left tackles and right tackles that he goes up against. I think this is a guy that could do very well on the opposite side of an Aiden Hutchinson. Like I said, he's not the 6'5", 275-pound, do-it-all, everything guy. But he is exactly what I'd like to see next to Hutch, which is a smaller, faster, aggressive guy that can go after and kill the quarterback.
He looks stout. He looks quick. I'm watching him right now. He's got lower pad level, which I think we played defensive line.
Yep.
That's what wins reps. I like it. I like grabbing a piece like this that late. I think that's a hell of a grab.
We got to go to break. Tell us about his meat.
Jesus.
Wait, what? Favorite Pack Company for 6 years by Mission Farms, hotels, restaurants, and casinos with the finest prime Wagyu beef, tri-aged beef, and more. Make sure you guys get it delivered to your door by visiting fairwaypacking.com or stop for grab-and-go steaks in Grosse Pointe. That's fairwaypacking.com. Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan's finest hotels, restaurants since 1956.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports. How would you like to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin More Rax.
What up, though?
Young Chris, Unky Nick. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend. Just going over Spinny's mock draft 1.0. You addressed a lot of positions of need.
Yeah, I got 2 guys left.
Let's hear it.
I got 2 guys left. Another position of need that the Lions have is kicker. They need someone that can be consistent. And that's where I kind of reached for Will Richard at kicker. That is the Alabama kicker we saw out there banging 55-yarders all year.
Bang.
That's all you need to hear.
Banging the beat.
The man has a big leg. He's consistent. He's accurate. He can hit from anywhere on the field. He is automatically transferring into the NFL. So give me Will Richard there. I think he's a perfect fit. I've wanted him for a while. And next, this is the sleeper of the draft. This is a guy that I think that the Lions could use and they could use well, and that is Bryson Nesbitt, the UNC wide receiver.
Why do that? He's
listed as a tight end at UNC.
Okay.
But he plays like a wide receiver. He's split out for 80% of his snaps. He's a smaller tight end. This guy is 6'4", 235 pounds, and he runs a 4.55. He is a big, massive man, but not big enough to be a tight end in that. He'd be like a Devin Funchess. How Devin Funchess played tight end in college and then transitioned to wide receiver in the NFL. It would be the same thing with him. He had, in 2023, he had 41 catches for 585 yards and 5 touchdowns at 14.3 yards per catch and a 120.5 QBR when targeted. This is a big target. He has great hands. He's a great route runner. Crisp feet, can come in and out of routes very fast and very crisply. Like I said, he is a very good route runner. On top of that, he's a great run blocker. For his size, for being downfield, for being split out wherever he is great in run blocking, which we know is big for Ben Johnson and this coaching staff as a tight end wide receiver. He is good with the ball in his hands too. When he gets an open field, he can make people miss and he can extend some plays. But the thing that stood out to me on tape were how sure his hands were. When they threw the ball to him, he's so big. Like I said, he's 6'5". He has this wide area of contact, and he can make a lot of catches that you wouldn't see tight ends be able to make because of how athletic he is. He is a wide receiver in the NFL level. He is not a tight end in the NFL level. And having a big body guy like that who can get open, run crisp routes, and come down with a lot of balls is a extremely important factor, especially in the red zone, and something the Lions, frankly, don't have at wide receiver. You don't have a 6'5" guy out there you can put in the red zone, line up on the outside, and throw a fade to, other than Sam Laporta.
I don't think it's much of a reach, man. I think if Jake Moody can go into the third, then this guy can go to the sixth, much like DNC is talking about there in the Woodward Sports chat. I don't really have much of an issue with it. The sixth round, you're not getting too much value there anyway, if we're being honest with you guys.
Yeah.
I think the only sixth rounder we've gotten production out of, and I don't even know if this guy was drafted in the sixth round off the top of my head, but Houston, James Houston, was he sixth rounder?
Yeah.
Sixth or
That
seventh.
might have been the only guy.
Houston and Malcolm were both 6 rounders.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It's okay position to take a kicker there. I don't really know that we need a kicker as much as everybody's like stressing.
I think we do.
Like Badgley was still hitting kicks. I don't think Dan went for those fourth downs because he didn't trust Michael Badgley. It's more so like his style of play.
When you got the ball at the 52, I want somebody who I feel confident that's going to knock down the kick.
Yeah,
I'm not confident with Michael Badgley.
As great as
42.
Jake Moody was at the collegiate level,
I want somebody who can knock down 50-plus yard field goals.
Okay, I thought you meant like, all right, yeah, good.
Like that kid can hit.
Yeah, that dude's a baller.
Yeah, he's got a big leg.
He was the reason Alabama's like in that game against Michigan.
Like if you need a 60-yard field goal, you got the ball at that range, and there's 2 seconds left. I feel confident putting him out there and giving him a go at it.
Knockdown.
Honestly, I don't have an issue with Badgley, but I also don't have an issue taking this kid either. Like if he's supposed to be better, let him be better.
He is.
I have the Jake Moody situation. Maybe Jake Moody gets better as his year, like as he grows to becoming a professional. Maybe like the nervousness, the moments got to him a few times. But Jake Moody, as great as he was as a college kicker, kind of choked a lot of times at the NFL level. Mm-hmm. Outside of the Super Bowl, where he broke a record for 10 minutes just before it was broken again by
he
Buckner
broke a record on
the
the season too, most consecutive extra points made.
Yeah,
by a rookie, I'm pretty sure.
I mean, extra points.
Also got one
also
blocked.
Offense putting up numbers.
Also got one blocked though with the low kick. Yeah, that changed the whole complexity of the game.
I mean, I credit the defense for that.
Well,
it was low though on the line.
It was real low. He hit it with like his ankle.
I'm not blaming Moody for that block kick. That's just a block kick. And that's probably how he kicks every time.
Jay Feely blamed him for it.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, then I can't go against Jay Feely. Yeah. I won't go against Jay Feely.
That's what he did. you know.
We'll stick with that one. I have my mock draft. Do the same. If you wouldn't mind putting it up, Chris. Because in the first round, second time I did this, because I did it the other day too. I just only did like the first 4 picks. Today I did the full 7. Mm-hmm. Braylon Trice was there again. And I wasn't really big on taking the edge in the first round, or especially like last year. You guys remember I kept saying we have Romeo Quare at home. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? Well, we talked about it yesterday. If you guys watched yesterday's show, we only have 4 or 3 guys rostered like in a regular rotation. I know everyone's kind of excited about the CFL dude. He's going to probably be on the practice squad. I can't guarantee he's going to make the team. Edge is a position to need for the Detroit Lions. And when I cut on the tape for Braylon Trice, I was thoroughly impressed. He is a hard-headed, stubborn, Dan Campbell motherfucker if I've ever seen one. The dude never quits. He's like, he should be named Kyle Trice, to be honest with you, because he's run through these defensive tackles or offensive tackles like freaking drywall. This guy's an absolute menace. And as much as I think, we talked about it a couple weeks ago, like what does it take to stop some of these mobile quarterbacks for gashing the Detroit Lions the way they do? As much as I think an interior defensive lineman is the solution to that one, I think having a guy like Trice could help you out there too, in combination with Aiden Hutchinson and Jack Campbell. Because if he has to maneuver his way between those two guys in the middle, and you have a guy like Jack who hopefully has to take a step forward in his production, cleans up on a quarterback, I'm here for that all day. But I think Trice is as Dan Campbell as it gets when it comes to the type of players they like. And I think one thing people should keep in mind when they're scouting these players, I mean, we're not GMs, but when you're looking at these players and you're trying to figure out who Brad Holmes and company are going to take, that's a part of it. That's a piece of it. They've been very, very vocal about it. I think we've gone through that and experienced it when we didn't miss on them, but we passed on taking a guy like Jalen Carter. It's like they want guys that are football guys. Mm-hmm. Braylon Trice is just that. He plays the run really, really well. Even when he does over pursue, he's so good at getting the backfield to me. Sometimes it feels like he's just unblocked. And I don't know. And I talked to Connor about it. He says, well, sometimes I put him out in the wide 9 situation, but he still has secondary pass rush moves once he gets to those situations. And a lot of people want to look at stats, and they're like, that's how they judge like these these players. But it's not like that. You got to put on the film. You got to see if they win their one-on-one reps. The reps that I watched him play today mainly was from the Michigan game because it was a national championship, and then he was going against Ladarius Henderson, I think his name was, number 73 on Michigan, which you could probably speak to him more than I could, Nick, but I was told he's a pretty solid guy. Yeah. Only let up 2 sacks this season. Well, Ladarius was having a day. He was struggling out there with Braylon Trice. There was a good back and forth there. I have no issue if the Detroit Lions select this guy at the first round. No issue with it whatsoever. Where it gets even better, where it gets nasty, is actually you want to speak on Braylon Trice?
No, I like it. We're definitely going to need an edge rusher. We're going to need a guy out there, like you said. There's not many on the roster right now, and this is a guy who can do a lot of things. He can be your 3-down guy out there opposite Aiden Hutchinson.
Nick?
Yeah, I was going to just say, well, big players make big plays in big games, and this guy obviously did that against Texas to get to that national championship. He showed up, TFL, sack, looked good doing it. He set the tackle up on the outside and just completely takes off inside, gets to the quarterback, gets the Ewers. I like it a lot. I mean, to pair that with Hutch at 29, or 29, I believe. Yeah, it'd be a great pick. I would totally endorse this one.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm with it. I mean, this is the sexier pick as opposed to Spencer, but they're both picks of needs. I think both of these prospects are very good prospects from what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing and reading. So I'm open to this 100%. I think getting an edge rusher with one of your first 2 picks would be a very, very good move for the Lions. And if it's the first round, even better, because you're getting one of the best, not the best, but one of the best edge rushers in the draft class.
I'm with you too. I put it on and I couldn't talk myself out. I don't think he's like the most like shiny, sexiest pick, but again, when you look at the guys they take, the grit, the Dan Campbell like people, Braylon Trice fits that night and day, like to a T in my opinion. T'Vondre Sweat, same as you in second round. Mm-hmm. I mean, how could you not? Knowing what we need as a defense is a big body there in the interior. We talked about it with that guy Russell Brown a little bit too. Is like, okay, so you have Terrell Williams you brought in to kind of help maybe mold Broderick Martin to that piece. But at the end of the day, they're big men. All right, these big guys, they rotate these defensive tackles for a reason, right? Why not get another piece like T'Vondre Sweat, who also flashed a little bit of pass rushing moves against teams like Alabama to rotate and hold that situation down? A guy that's a constant demand double teams, and if you have 2 freak shows like Braylon Trice and Aiden Hutch on the edge, I feel like that makes for a perfect combination. He's great in run defense, obviously. When you're big like that, he's able to reach out. He's got long, aggressive hands. You talked about it in your situation, too. I like T'Vondre Sweat a lot. We kind of spoke about that one. I could go around the room, but I think everyone's kind of A+ that one at second round. If he's there, I'm all for it. My only concern, though, is that he didn't weigh in at the Senior Bowl. And I think there's concerns with, like, again, matching it to, like, Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes, the type of player they like. I don't know if he fits that mold per se with the weight issues. And again, maybe he speaks at the interviews and that switches up. We'll see. But I think he's going to be a good player in the league no matter what. I just don't know if he fits our mold per se. But for me, when I'm doing a mock draft and that guy like that sitting right there in round 2, I come on.
Got to take him.
How can you not?
Got to take him.
Third round, this is where we get a little bit of a man of mystery, a guy that I was a little bit familiar with just through a couple conversations I had with a few people, but then I put on the tape. Austin Booker. We may not get Devin Booker, but Austin Booker at the edge position, phenomenal, raw talent. Edge, like I said, it's a position of need, whether we like it or not. I know we don't want to admit it to ourselves, and he'd probably be in a rotation piece right now. But the length he showed, the burst, the speed he showed, I think has the makings of somebody who could be elite at that position at the next level. Now, again, when it comes to like Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, they want to take certain type of guys. I don't know him personally, but I know I watched him against Illinois, and I watched him against Texas, and I watched him put in work against both those schools. And both those schools, they're not freaking, I don't even freaking know, Loyola or something random like that. Like those are like solid caliber of schools providing offensive tackles at the NFL level. Austin Booker, I think, has tremendous talent, tremendous burst, length, long arms. Obviously, we'll find out in 2 weeks here at the Combine when we see his actual measurements. But if he can match that with the hunger of the game to get better, I think it's a perfect fit here in Detroit. Nick, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, Brandon Dillinger's going to love this one. Massive size.
Massive size.
Yeah, I mean, 6'6". He seems built to pair that with Hutch, and especially in the rotational piece. I mean, the first time he got actual starter minutes, he put up numbers. So, you know me, I like that. And, yeah, I mean, you cannot get enough people that can get to the quarterback. So I'm all in here. And, I mean, the way these mock drafts are kind of breaking down, I know Spenny got a guy in the third there, but it's all about them cornerbacks and free agency then, or via trade is kind of what it's like stirring up to be, with the line being the emphasis for you guys so far.
Yeah, I think it was Lance Zerloin from NFL.com who compared like his size and what he could be at the next level. And by the way, I mean, this is a stretch. Again, he's really, really raw. But his comparison was Max Crosby, who is one of the best edge rushers in the game. Very, very raw. But I think if the right coaches get their hands on him, he could become something truly special. Chris, you had your hand up real quick. I apologize.
Yeah, real quick before we go to break, the one thing I wanted to say was that when it comes to your draft, I think there's a little more validity than people would be quick to dismiss it, because Brad Holmes has done this in his tenure. Like, he's gone like, you know, let's revamp a whole room, like with back-to-back picks, like or 3 out of 4 picks dedicated to one position, one room. So this is something that I could definitely see. You know, obviously the Lions have more needs. Spencer talked about the offensive line, and we've seen, and we all know the cornerback and defensive back situation. So there are needs across the boards. But Brad Holmes has shown that, look, if he's got 2 bona fide edge rushers that he knows are competent, could come in and be a piece, then he'll take those. He's said it multiple times. He'll go BPA. He doesn't really care about the room. So you taking 2 edges and 3 picks, I don't think, well, someone criticized it. I think it's totally in bounds knowing Brad Holmes and his history.
He was an honorable mention for Defensive Lineman of the Year, too, which is voted on by the coaches. So it's not like
the media.
I'm telling. I mean, if it's whether it's us or not.
Yeah, I was looking at it. He's got great bend, like you said, great size. He's athletic, coming off the edge, very fast. Yeah, it sounds like a good piece. Sounds like a very good piece. He's got good closing speed, getting after the quarterback that you don't see very often in big guys like that. And yeah, I'm good. I like it.
Yeah, I wanted to go
9 sacks on the season.
Yeah, dude. And I think he's I think he won like Big 12 newcomer or Pac-12 newcomer of the year. A couple other awards he got too, and just again, I think the athletic traits he's showing, like whether it's us or someone. Don't forget, like Max Crosby. Well, he was like a 4th or 5th round pick too, if I'm not mistaken. Again, if the right coaches get their hands on him, and he has the hunger to get better, I think he could be. Honestly, I think he has the makings of a star in this league. But we do have to go to break, which means one of us has to tell you guys about.
Spencer has to tell us about Jack Lab.
Football season is officially over, and spring training is right around the corner. However, Jack Labrador is 24/7, 365 days a year. Learn how to play now on your phone at jacklabrador.gg. 2 new symbols in the franchise-changing 3-point play. And remember that once you go Jack, you never go back. Go to jacklabrador.gg now and have a great time.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Winning is a habit. So is listening daily to Woodward Sports. We're glad you're a winner, and thanks for listening.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WorldSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined my guy Spinmo Rax.
What up,
Young
though?
Chris, Nicholas Koloff.
Yeah.
Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We're going over our mock draft 1.0s before we're going to wait till like the combine's over to do like 2.0.
Yeah.
Long 2 weeks.
That'll be long.
It's gonna be a long
Only 2 weeks though.
Yeah, only 2 weeks. I think it's February 17th or 20 something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll check it out. But either way, back to the mock draft. Still in the third round because we traded T.J. Hockenson to the Minnesota Vikings, and I grabbed the cornerback as a much-needed position, and I got Max Melton. Max Melton. It was between him, Caleb King was there. And there's somebody else who I feel like is just more like known names. I wasn't too familiar with Max Melton, but when I put on the tape, Spinny, I loved it. I fell in love. One of the biggest things I enjoy watching in a cornerback is when they're able to mirror a wide receiver's routes to the point where you're just kind of like, if you were to switch jerseys or just make everybody wearing plain white jerseys, you wouldn't know who was the wide receiver, who was the DB.
Yeah.
He has that in him. He stands 6 foot, 190 pounds, very physical at the line of scrimmage. I think that's something that Aaron Glenn, we know that he likes in his cornerbacks. He likes to be physical with his defense. I think just Dan Campbell and the regime in general, they're like aggressive guys. He has the speed, phenomenal speed, by the way. Not just like, oh, he's quick. No, he's got the quickness to follow. Like I said, he's able to mirror these wide receivers no matter where they're going. I've seen him do it through the middle of the field. I've seen him do it on the outside of the field. And I think he has the makings of a guy that could be your CB1, borderline CB2. I am a big fan of Max Melton. I didn't know much about him until today, and I actually fell in love. Very fluid. He's just great in the line of scrimmage.
Do you have any type of early, but player comp for him?
Early player comp for Max Melton? No, I really don't. Today is the first day I kind of did like a deep dive on him. He doesn't look that big on the tape, but I mean, it says he's 6 foot, 190. I know college is kind of like the hype their people up, maybe a little bit more. He might maybe be like 5'11", 180 something. But I think the biggest compliment to cornerback is a guy that, because the thing is, at the cornerback position, you're going against some of the better athletes in the field, the wide receiver position, and for you to not know like what moves they're making, and like to mirror them, to mimic it, to block them for like running what they got to do. That's phenomenal athleticism in my mind, and that's just what I saw in every one of his reps I seen. He played against Michigan. He's able to keep up with Roman Wilson I saw on a route, which, like, if you guys – you guys know Roman Wilson's fucking quick as shit. Yeah. Whatever you may think he falls in the draft, I don't care. He's one of the fastest guys in this draft. For him to do those things, I think he pairs well with AG and the rest of the Detroit Lions staff. What do you think?
I like it. It's very similar to the guy I looked at when I looked at cornerback, of a guy that can, like you said, mirror that wide receiver, run with him stride for stride, run those routes pretty fluid for them, and that's what you need to be in this defense is a man corner. You got to go out there and play man, and this is a guy that can do that. They like to play a lot of man at Rutgers, and he was very successful in that.
Nicholas?
First thing that stands out to me in the comp that I would give strictly for this part of his game, closing speed. He hits the other players hard, and that's what you want to see. I mean, you almost compare it to like a Brian Branch with the closing speed. Maybe not as elite, but you can just tell this guy's got pop for a 6-footer. And the dude causes turnovers. That's what you want to see out of some cornerbacks. I know you don't even want them to get the ball thrown to them, but if they do, you want them to have a chance to go up and make a play, and this guy does it. Chris?
And to be honest, too, I think it's a feature we don't really have in the secondary is that speed.
Yeah, I dig it, especially on the outside. I mean, we've seen we saw what happened all season.
Yeah, because I remember the St. Brown Brothers podcast. We've been over this too, but Equinemius asked who was our fastest DB, and the answer. I mean, St. Brown really didn't have an answer, and these are guys he sees in practice every day. He couldn't like pinpoint like our speedster in that back there, and he went with Jerry Jacobs. Now I'm not bashing Jerry Jacobs at all, but I think this kid has a little bit higher upside, just in my opinion.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find a pro comp for him too. I'm just like sifting and reading stuff like really quick. I haven't found anything specific per se for Chris, but
no, but that's a fantastic point, Eazy, bringing up the speed and the lack thereof in the Lions secondary, particularly the defensive backs. I think that we get caught up in the physical receivers, right? We get caught up in these wide receivers that just physically dominated, but there was a lot of plays where it was just speed kills, and those were the big plays. Especially in the second half of the season for the Lions, that really killed them in the secondary. So I'm all for whether this guy is the answer or another speed back that maybe is either in this draft or in the market. Like adding some speed to that room, I think you nailed it. I think that's an essential point that these Lions have to look at for their secondary.
I think you even look at Eazy himself. Like that was like one of the strengths that he possessed as a cornerback when he played in this league too. I'm trying to find that pro comp. I really can't find too much, but the twitch, the swivel, the hips, it's all there. I got to do a little bit more digging on his weaknesses though. I sent over this mock draft to Russell too. I want to get like official grades. Max Melton fan. So if Russ approved, I approve. Hope you guys approve too. And the next pickup, Nick, I'm gonna allow you to speak on this if you want. This is a Michigan man, Trevor Keegan, guard out of U of M. How you feel?
I mean, he's been a staple. I was there, or not was there, but I've been breaking down these linemen since they've like gotten recruited by Michigan because that's how they've built it around Jim Harbaugh. He's been a key piece for that. So I'm definitely endorsing Trevor Keegan here in the later round. I think he has the ability to become a starter actually in the NFL. So I like it right here.
Yeah, I think that's one thing that Michigan provides more than almost any other position is offensive and defensive linemen.
They've had the best offensive line in college football for the past 3 years.
Yes,
they've got dudes out there that maul people, and you could tell they have the best offensive line in college football with the running stats that they put up. And Trevor Keegan has been a big part of that for the past couple of years. He's a mauler. He moves people. He's great in the run game, and they don't pass the ball so much, so you can't officially grade how he is in pass protection. When you only throw the ball 10 times a game, you can't get a good read on that, but he is as solid as it comes on the guard spot.
6'6".
Yeah, he's a big boy. 320
pounds. I think he's going against NFL talent too in that playoff game, and you want to watch back the Alabama one. I think this guy he has the traits of a specimen, especially the guard position. 6'6" at the guard position. Give me that all day. You know he can run the football. He doesn't run the football, I should say. I'm sorry. You know he can block. He run block. And that's what Detroit Lions like to do too. I think at this late in the draft, this is a huge value for us. And I think you could find this caliber of guard right around there, the third or fourth round. I mean, you talk about the guys we're trying to replace this year if we don't bring them back, both in Jonah Jackson and Graham Glasgow, both third-round picks.
Yeah. I
think he's right around there. I think he actually – I don't even know if this guy makes it to the fourth round, to be honest with you. But Trevor Keegan, offensive lineman out of Michigan, I think that'd be an A+.
Could you imagine Jahmyr Gibbs running behind that right side of Keegan and the size and Sewell on the right with Ragnar locking down?
Be filthy,
he'd be sneaking through and just exploding for 40.
Yeah, I was looking some of the concerns was his pad level. And when Russ got back to me too, he said he kind of leans. He's like some balance issues, I guess, when it comes to like pass blocking. But we have one of the best offensive line coaches in the game.
Yeah,
I truly believe that, and Hank Fraley. And along that too,
shout out Frank Haley.
Great offensive lineman, veteran lineman pieces like to help him learn as well. So I think that'd be a great fit for the Detroit Lions.
This is a deep offensive line class for sure.
Yes,
that's good.
A lot of very good offensive linemen in this draft class.
I agree. And to be honest with you, like looking at the cornerbacks, I know I waited a little bit while to grab one, but I'm happy with Max Melton. I didn't plan on him being there. I didn't even know. I wasn't really too familiar with the game until today. But I think the caliber of cornerbacks hasn't been like what's been as of like late. So I wasn't really pressed to grab one early because I feel like they're kind of like clunked together. If that makes sense, you know. Chris, you about to say something?
No. I mean, the only thing I can add to it is that if this does end up being a deep offensive line draft where you can find quality, like Spencer went a little bit earlier with his guard picks, maybe that's something that you can stretch and kind of, if there's quality there. I mean, obviously you want the guy that you want. I mean, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell have been very specific about that. Last draft, they said there was only 4 or 5 Dan Campbell, Brad Holmes guys. Yeah. So, you know, maybe that's the case this draft too. But if there's more value, you know, maybe you can kind of get one. You can kind of use that to your advantage and get some of the higher upside edges first, or cornerbacks first, and then let the offensive line. But so far, everybody I've been interested in.
And then I rounded off the draft with another not another center, but another offensive lineman, Dylan McMahon. And then I grabbed another interior defensive lineman and Tim Smith. I went to school with Tim Pierce. I don't know why.
Have you seen Tim Smith, what he looks like?
No.
We Googled him in the back. So like Tim Smith out of Alabama. He doesn't look like a Tim Smith you'd think. He's a big-ass black dude. I thought you were talking about his face or something. We drafted him in the back and we were like, Dan Smith, BYU. And then Ryan was like, Tim Smith. And he Googled him.
That was the Tim Smith that I knew. I
thought his face was fucked up or something. I'm like,
he's like, real, the young OG. No. Dan Smith, BYU.
Another guy, when I put it on there, I think I put it on there as like just DL. Can you put it? I'm curious. Yeah. Either way, the reason why I put that though,
he's a big dude.
Yeah, you put it
big
as
dude,
DL.
6'4", 302, and he kind of plays that similar position to Pascal Kaminsky, where he's like he can do 5 tech, he can bounce inside, bounce outside, wherever you need to be. I think Brad Holmes, they enjoy that. I don't know what's the word. Versatility out of their defensive linemen.
Versatility. Yes,
versatility, if you will.
Dan Smith, BYU.
You got B+ too, right?
Yeah.
I got B+ as well.
Yeah, they gave me a D for drafting
the kicker.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
That shit's so annoying.
They always grade kicker picks bad.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
I remember grabbing Jake Moody.
I'm grabbing the best kicker in the draft in the 6th round, and it's a D. Like, fuck you, PFF.
Yeah, fuck you, PFF. When we get back, you lonely Valentine's Day bachelors, we playing Tinder. Hope you find yourself some dates. But not before. Tell us about Big Boy.
Big Boy. Wintertime in Detroit is always better with comfort foods from Big Boy. Try the veal parmesan or the new Southern Comfort chicken bowl. How about breakfast? The stuffed potato pancakes are back. The classic lumberjack or Santa Fe garden. Also the new apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Top it all off with the gingerbread shake for dessert. And stop by your local Big Boy today.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Your Pet the Best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices at all the conveniences, the big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for 30 plus years. Over 60 brands of food with nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside and home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
What up, though, and welcome to World Heavyweights Bachelor Show. Or Bachelorette. You can find your own. You guys pick. Chris will be naming them. You'll be picking them. It's the official Detroit Lions Free Agency Tender Heavyweight Edition. Chris, you want to start us off?
Yeah, for sure. Let's go.
Get some corny music, some cheesy music on.
Let's go. First one on the board.
Let's go.
Campbell.
Calais Campbell. A little bit older. You know, she's a little bit old, a little bit experienced.
But sometimes you like that.
And sometimes you like that. I think still had something to prove last year. This is a guy. He's a high character guy. We've been mentioning that all day during the draft process, or our draft mocks. Is that's who Dan Campbell and the boys like. He is very much that. That's one of the reasons why he chose to go to Atlanta, because of Arthur Smith's charity contributions he made in the past. Flirted with him last year. I'm swiping right. I'm cool with it. If they want to bring in Calais Campbell, just bring me somebody who's going to command double teams. This is a fucking mammoth of a man, and I'm down for it. Calais Campbell, I'm swiping right.
Hey, big girls got to get love too. Big girls got to get love too. More cushion for the pushing. Give me Calais Campbell. I'll swipe left on you, mama. I know you're big. I know you've been around the block. I know your better days are behind you. We're fine. We're fine. We can put the kids in daycare. You can come over. We can have a good time. I'll swipe right on Calais.
Yes, sir. Eduardo O'Neill in the Woodward Sports Chat. Shout out, since they could have had him last year, decided not to bring him in. No, actually, he chose the Falcons over us.
He did.
Yeah, he did.
He stood us up.
Nick?
In this season, he's going to learn. And he's going to learn. He's coming down to the D. I'm swiping right. Yeah, I'm swiping right. Give me a 1 year Calais to the D.
I like it.
Ring chasing. She's getting up there, so she wants to get a ring.
She wants the ring for sure.
Yeah.
Detroit's the spot.
You're going to have to get on your knees and earn it.
Hey, yo, come on. Getting the 3-point stance, bitch.
Chris, where are you at with Calais?
I'm swiping right, but I ain't taking her to dinner. I'm gonna skip that part because that's a big girl. That's a big bill. Let's pull up the next one. The next one we're looking at. Let's see. Let's do Danico Autry, defensive lineman.
Go ahead, Spain. I'll let you go first.
Danico Autry. Very pretty girl. Very pretty girl. She's been around the block a few times. She's familiar.
Killing these names, by the way.
Familiar with some of the boys.
There you go.
Obviously, Danico Autry comes from the Tennessee Titans, where our new defensive line coach, Tyrell Williams, comes from. I'm going to like it. I'm going to super like it. Bring me Danico Autry. I think that's right up Brad Holmes' alley. She's a big girl. She can take care of business. She's been there before and done that. She gets her own money. Miss Independent. Does not need a man. I like it. She takes care of business. She's used to a lot of different positions. Give me Danico Autry.
I think you had on the money.
Spenny.
She's very versatile. She's got long, beautiful hair. And she is used to a lot of different positions. But you know what? She gets the job done. Every one of those positions. And like you said, too, the homies know her. All right? If the homies approve, I approve. Danico Autry, I'm swiping right. Nick?
Yeah, this one's broken a lot of hearts. She's done a lot of damage in the backfield. And I'm letting her use me as well. I'm swiping right here. Let's go. Yeah, he just puts up numbers no matter what, the last 4 years specifically. She has broken many hearts, and I'm next up in line. Swiping right.
I mean, what's that Snoop Dogg song? Ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. It's my turn. You said it's my turn. It's my turn. I'm swiping right on this. 110%. Let's bring up the next one. We got Christian Wilkins, defensive tackle out of Miami.
He's a former captain for the Miami Dolphins. He came in here in Detroit, did some damage against us last year in 2022. If they brought in Christian Wilkins, I don't know if we can afford him, but I am down for it. I am swiping right on Christian Wilkins.
I am swiping right as well. He had his thought phase in Miami, and now he's ready to come home, nuzzle next to Papa, get a nice contract, and be here for a while. You got to get your thought phase out of you in Miami. Everybody has it. Come on home, Christian Wilkins. He's goofy. He's funny. He watches anime. He's aggressive. He attacks. He can do a lot in the run game and the pass game. Christian Wilkins, one size fits all. Come on home.
Christian Wilkins, big body like Chris alluded to. It's going to be expensive here, depending on the right price. I mean, what are you guys willing to give a D tackle like Christian Wilkins?
It's a great question.
So that's the question. This guy's a great player, but can we afford this type of player in the defensive tackle?
$18 million a year.
15.
18 mil?
18 million a year.
15. Probably gonna cost maybe around 18. He might actually, yeah. I mean, you might be right. Probably, and 18 is probably the discount side of
3 years, $57 million.
How much you think she costs, Nick?
Swiping right. I don't care what it costs. I'm bringing him home. It's Valentine's Day. I'm swiping right. You know, Chris, what you got? I bet a lot of people are tonight.
This man's gonna be broke by the end of this segment.
9 sacks.
I am actually swiping left on this. I think it's a little too much baggage, both financially and maybe emotionally. You know, them Miami bras, you know, they don't come easy. They don't come easy. So
Hey,
you know what? I'm a pass on that. So
28 years old. I think he got hurt on week 13 too, if I'm not mistaken.
We've all been hurt at 20. No.
Who do we got next?
Next up, all right, let's go with who do we want to pick here? You know what? Let's go with Maurice Hunt.
Ooh, former Michigan boy. Did some damage in Cleveland. Does damage everywhere she goes.
Mo Hurst?
But she can't stay healthy.
Is it Hurst? Yeah.
Maurice Hurst. Why would I say?
No, Chris said Hunt.
Oh.
Did I?
Yeah, it's fine. I was like,
what's the name here, boys?
Mo Hurst.
Mo Hurst, former Michigan man.
Couldn't
Bring him home. He's not going to cost you nothing. This is very, very similar to the Emmanuel Mosley contract, where you got a guy whose production can be super, super high, but just can't stay healthy. This is the same situation. Why not take the flyer on a guy like this? It's a position of need. You know the production's there when you can get him on the field. Hopefully, if you do draft one of these guys, or Roger Martin's able what you think he could be, he becomes a rotational piece and doesn't have to hurt himself. I'm swiping right. I know she's a heartbreaker, but I'm swiping right.
Swiping left. I'm swiping left. She's just too up to no good, man. She leads you on, and then doesn't finish. I'm not in the edge business.
An edge.
She plays interior.
She plays interior.
She plays interior, but she plays that edge well.
She plays that edge well. But yeah, like I said, man, I don't know if you can get a full season out of her. It might just be a springtime fling, and then you never see her in the fall. Yeah. So I need somebody I know is going to be there in the fall. I need somebody I know is going to be there playing games. And I don't think young Mo has that confidence yet. I'm done signing injured people. Done signing old injured guys. You know, he's not old, but
I'm taking the risk.
Swiping left.
I can see the Super Bowl story right now as the game's being played out. Now here's a guy, just talking about it, like, look, man, this guy, everyone wrote him off. He kept getting hurt. They took the chance on him, and it was a brilliant move by GM Brad Holmes. Just another one in the book for him. I could see it happen all day.
I wanted this guy when he was coming out of the draft for Michigan. I wanted him to be a Lion. And he was coming out. He had heart problems, and I don't want any of those right now. So I'm swiping left on Mo Hurst. Obviously, he hasn't been able to stay healthy. We just can't take a shot on Maurice Hurst. Chris, what do you think about this guy?
Well, I mean, listen. At the end of the day, here's where I'm at. Winter, you need warm bodies. You need someone to snuggle up to. You need someone you know can be there. So I'm swiping left. I mean, it gets cold here in the D, and you need something warm. And so, I just don't think that's going to be there and available to you. So I'm gonna have to swipe left on that. Got some standards we gotta uphold here. Another one though. This one's used to the cold. This one's used to the cold, baby. Danielle Hunter.
Look at this picture, bro.
Oh my God.
This is not an edit. This is what we use from our credentialed photo website. This is what this man looked like when they took that photo. I don't give a fuck what the price. Say yes. How do you say no to a beast like that? Danielle Hunter? Swiping right.
That's like a Dwight Howard. Even if you say no, they're like, you're saying yes.
Yeah, I'm saying yes to that. Morning, noon, and night. You can get some afternoon delight. Danielle, please come to Detroit. Need you in here. Super like. I'll meet you at
Super like.
I'm not taking you to Applebee's. I'm not taking you to Arby's. I'm taking you to Joe Mears. Meet me at Joe Mears by the river. Come on, I'll have a nice lobster tail with you. Daniil, please. Please, baby.
That's a Ruth Chris dinner for sure. Expensive, but worth it.
Joe Mears? Oh, dude. So good.
Oh, I never had it.
Oh,
I said Ruth Chris.
Oh, Ruth Chris is good too. Joe Mears is Joe carries like luxury.
Can you put the picture up just one more time? Just picture this.
Super lucky.
In the monochromatic.
This is that one before you super like you screenshot and sent to the homies like, yo.
Yeah. Hey, just picture it, guys. In the blueberries.
Oh, man.
All decked out. Monochromatic. I think we're undefeated in the blueberries. Or at least a damn good record. Or, no, keep it up, guys. I want to visualize it. Even in the black. We go the black jerseys, those blue helmets. Come on, man. I'm sorry, Nick. I just had to fantasize there for a minute.
Nick, how would you feel about those strong arms holding you down at night?
Oh my God. As Chris, one of my favorite drops in the system. It's Chris. I want it.
Absolutely.
I'm swiping right. I'm taking him to the fanciest restaurant that I can afford. And you know what? I might even open up the credit card. If I can't afford it, we're going to make it work. Swiping right on Daniil Hunter, get him in a Lions uniform ASAP to pair with Aiden Hutchinson, Ali McNeil.
God, he's so nasty, man.
This defense turns from the 20th or whatever the exact number was to top 10 with Daniil Hunter, no doubt. This guy's in the backfield all day. He loves being in the backfield. Chris, what you got? Swiping right.
You know, we cheap around here, so we only get one super like, so we got to make this shit count. You know, we got the free account.
Chris, you can't afford that.
The premium. Yeah, the premium shit is for the birds. So if I'm using my one super like, I got to make that shit count. And this is it. Super like Daniil Hunter. Bring them home. We got a few more, but we got to hit the break. Spencer, why don't you tell us about the best defense in the game?
Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night, and know a Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology that's been proven to work and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800-
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out. All right.
And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports. How would you like to win not one, but two vehicles of your choice? One for you and one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Get to Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut and automatically enter for your chance to win. Courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. Lady Jane's, open 7 days a week, walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Dispo, your local cannabis plug. It's the best in the business, guys. They're so good. There's 12 locations. There's one right around the corner from you. Visit disposhops.com. Find the one closest to you. I'm having a seizure today during all these reads. Disposhops.com. They got Dispo Dash and the best curated cannabis in the business. It's Dispo, your local cannabis plug. Yeah, why don't they use my Dispo commercial?
I don't know.
Come on.
Come on.
We'll talk to Darren.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not up to us.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if we get one without Drake's song, so we can use it.
Like I said, those songs were probably put on when they posted the reels, so I'm sure that was without the song.
I'll find out. We'll find out. Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live, WorldSports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, my guy Spinmo Rax, young Chris, Unky Nick. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. How many more tenders?
We got 3 more.
So 3 more tender.
3 more. We can stretch it, and then after we're gonna pick who's the one that's looking like this. Who's the one that Detroit fans are gonna be wrapped around like this?
Okay.
This winter.
Okay.
All right. So next one we got. Let's go with another D tackle. Leonard Williams. It's right.
I feel like that thirsty guy and swiping right to everything.
Oh my God.
I'll tell you what, I'm swiping right on Big Lenny Williams. He's got the hair that you like to pull. He's big, he's strong. Keep you down with his big arms. Lenny Williams. Lenny Williams, you can come home. You can come home. Bring him home. I'm swiping right. I don't care. This is a guy that knows how to take care of a man. This is a guy that knows how to take a double team. This is a man, big man in the middle.
Oh my!
Big man in the middle taking double teams. I want Lenny Williams and I want him now. I'm swiping right.
I can't. I got him up at the double team comment.
Does he not take double teams?
He's got takes double teams. He's got long hair, pretty light skin. Let's do it. Give me Leonard Williams. Pause.
Oh my God. Yeah, I'm speechless after that one.
Does he not command double teams?
He commands a good old double
Thank
team.
you.
That's for sure.
29 years old.
Yeah, 29 years old. I've swiped right on I think about everybody besides Mo Hurst. I'm gonna swipe left here.
Boo.
I just don't know if we. Production.
You don't match on every swipe, Nick.
Production 5.5 sacks doesn't do it for me.
You don't match on every swipe.
That's what I'm saying.
You just got to put the feelers out there. Let the shawty know we're ready for you.
You miss the shots you don't take, my boy. Swipe that shit. Come on, swipe right.
Do you get unlimited swipes?
Yeah.
Yeah, just a fan did kind of call us out.
You
You guys
get
over
enough.
the cap.
Yeah,
like I said, every
I'm
swipe
swiping left.
isn't a match.
I'm
We're not
swiping
batting
left.
1,000%.
Swiping left.
But you got to put the feelers out there. Say,
Oh, yeah.
shawty, you looking good. You look good in some Honolulu blue right by the fire. You know what I mean?
I'm swiping left on Leonard.
Swiping right, baby. Chris?
I'm swiping right for sure, man. I'm casting a wide net. You know what I'm saying? I'm from around the way. I'm
Lenny
going home
Williams.
with something. I'll go home with something. But no, this is one of the high end. This is one of my favorites. Another one we got. We did Christian. Okay. This is the last one, I believe. Yep. The last one we have is none other than Calvin Ridley.
Little thing. Little petite thing.
Little thing.
Little spinner.
We're looking a lot of big mamas. We got a little petite spinner coming around. Oh, okay. I'm swiping left.
Damn.
I'm swiping
Only
left.
like the big ones?
I want that big mamas. I ain't looking for no little petite thing. I'm trying to be comfortable and warm for the winter. And you need those big mamas in February. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Swiping left on the Ridley. All he would do is bet on our relationship.
Ooh, that's a great point to make. I don't know if the Detroit Lions are taking any wide receivers with gambling histories. I don't want to say any gambling problems, but they've had enough of that themselves. It happened in the wide receiver room last year. We lost Jameson Williams because of it for a little bit of time, not the whole time. And to be honest with you, you guys know how I feel about Trevor Lawrence. I think he's very talented. I've seen Calvin Ridley. I've lost money on Calvin Ridley dropping the fucking ball. And many, many times. Beautiful balls to him, too. And just outright dropped them. Now, he's also made just many, beautiful catches. But the catch rate in itself, not great. Last year, 55%. Only 55% of the time he's catching that damn ball. And I believe with the skill set he brings as the big package, pause, if you will, happy Valentine's Day, I think it's going to cost too much money. It can cost too much money.
I ain't overpaying for no little girl with toothy butt. Y'all bring something to the table. If it ain't the pushing for the cushion, you got to have that good flesh. You know what I'm
swiping
saying?
left.
Dante151 says NFL released a top 100 runs in 2023, and number one was the David Montgomery touchdown run against the Chargers.
That was nasty.
J-Mo.
The one that I'm so mad he ended up being a touchdown, and
hell
the
yeah.
Detroit Lions kind of did him dirty on their power rankings of Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't know if it was Detroit Lions, maybe it was like the NFL. But Jahmyr's run against the Denver Broncos, we broke 6 tackles. Ended up just tackling himself by dodging another tackle and kind of just fell backwards. One of the sexiest runs I've ever seen in my life, if I'm being honest with you. And live time, in live action, I should say.
You know what's so crazy is that I think you could have picked at least 3 runs from that Green Bay game with Montgomery.
Yeah.
Montgomery, I remember watching that here for the stream. That was incredible. It was just like, it was just like he was running over everybody.
That was like a 70-yard touchdown run.
75, I think. It was some crazy.
Yeah.
The crazy part too. Everyone knows the story by now.
Career?
It was the wrong personnel, and Ben was like, "We got to do something else. Just make it a run play." JG said, "All right, audible it up, run play. Next thing you know, touchdown." Shout out to Jameson Williams on the block on that one too.
Great block by JMO.
Nick.
All right, Nick. How you feeling on Calvin Ridley?
We'll be on the run too if you want.
Game-changing momentum in that game
Chargers
as well.
game.
In that Chargers game, I am swiping left on Ridley. If we're gonna pay somebody that's free agency, it has to be a defense cornerback or a D end. I'm not paying any other position. Definitely not a wide receiver. We're expecting big things from Jameson Williams this year, and I believe we're gonna re-sign Josh Reynolds for the low. I'm definitely swiping left on Ridley. It's going to cost too much, and I believe Reynolds you can get for the similar price, or for extremely lower in price. Chris, what are you thinking?
Yeah, life's a gamble, love's a gamble. I done lost enough. I'm swiping left. Even though, I'm a fan of the itty bitty. The petites need love too. The heavies got a lot of love this segment. The petites do need some love too, but this ain't the one, shorty.
Ship God says Marquise Brown. He'd rather have Hollywood Brown over Calvin Ridley. I'd rather have Ridley, to be honest with you.
I'd rather have neither.
I'd rather have. I like the size, pause, but
Ridley is definitely way better than Hollywood.
Yeah,
Ridley was awesome for me.
I think that's like the position.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're talking about drops. Marquise Brown fits that mold perfectly. But also, I just feel like Ridley, like the bigger body type, is like what we're missing if we don't bring back Josh Reynolds. Like we need somebody a little bit longer. Pause again, and I think Ridley fits that more than obviously Hollywood Brown. IMO.
All right, so boys, we got to decide now. Who we gonna be children with next Super Bowl? Looking like this. Who we gonna have wrapped around us?
You know who I'm going with. I need a big girl first of all. It's
I need a big girl.
It's February. It's cold. I need a big girl, and that big girl that can wrap me up in those strong arms. Is Danielle Hunter.
Yeah, that picture.
Danielle Hunter's got to be the one. He's got to be the Alicia Keys to my Usher. Look at that! Look at that guy, man! Yeah. Jesus Christ!
Atlanta.
Yeah, that's the dream.
Yeah, the picture. It's not fair. He had the best.
Yeah,
the profile pic was popping the most.
His profile was definitely.
Yeah, like he definitely. He played it right. I can't pass up on that. You got the production with it too, though. It's not just a picture. You meet in real life. It's not a catfish. The curves are real. The biceps, the triceps, the fucking. I want them as biceps.
That's what I'm saying. And sometimes a friend or a coworker, they got something you like. They got something you want, and you know what? You gotta bring them home. You gotta lure them in, and that's what we're doing here. So that's my pick as well. Nick, where you at?
Chad is excited about the potential of a wide receiver. I didn't expect that. So I gotta say we would need one.
Maybe we'll do a free agent Tinder wide receiver.
They'll like the offense. They'll like the offense. Offense sells.
It's true. It's true.
JMO always sells anytime you talk about JMO.
Nick, who's your number one date from the Tinder?
Fellas, looks like we're all tag teaming on this one. Danielle Hunter. Danielle Hunter, you are a Detroit Lion. I'm spending whatever we need. I am doing whatever we need to do to get this guy into the Detroit Lions locker room.
Do you think we could, if we fought him 4-on-1, we would win?
No. Not a chance. No. This dude would dominate.
What about with one hand behind his back?
Yeah. Maybe.
For sure. Who gets knocked out
I'm kicking
first?
him right. Oh, Chris for sure.
Yeah,
Hell no. Are you kidding me? I got the reach.
First.
I'm the furthest away.
He's looking at you as like the tall.
I'm kicking him in the nuts off rip.
Smart.
I'm kicking him right in the nuts as hard as I can.
I don't even know what the plan of attack would be for me. You guys.
Groin, eyeballs, ears.
Yeah, I guess like
dirty.
Aim for the nuts too.
Yeah.
Just imagine Hutchinson and this dude coming off the edge at the same time.
Coming at the same time.
Imagine like crazy in the nuts.
Probably, man.
He checks your nut hit.
He just swings it. All right. Let's go to break. Tell us about Les Stanford.
Les Stanford. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years?
Find new roads.
You expand and offer more products to more people. That is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball. You have an opinion? Make sure it's seen and heard. Corner, jumper, tweet us, hop on the YouTube chat, slide in the DMS at Woodward Sports on all social media.
Merch? If you need new merch, head over to woodwardsports.com. Click the shop tab today and get yourself some new merch. If you are tired of the same old Detroit sports wearables, they have the ultimate swag here. Hoodies, hats, tees, all guaranteed to turn heads. Just go to woodwardsports.com, click the shop tab today, and get you that merch.
What up, there? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, motorsports.com. I'm your boy Eazy, joined by my guy Spin Mo Rax.
Hello.
Young Chris, Unky Nick. Smash that like button, means the world for us. If anything, just know we provide you comfort, joy. I'm sure we put smiles on your face. Hit the like button in return. All right, you were just alone on Valentine's Day before, and now you're here with us. Hit the like button for the boys. Moving on to Detroit Lions. What? What?
I believe his name is Mac.
Oh. Sorry, apologize for that, guys.
That's some ADD shit. But
Detroit Lions End of the Year Awards.
Ooh.
I saw this from the Detroit Lions themselves. Ew. What's that from? Voice Bastards, he does that. Either way, Detroit Lions, they put out their end of the season awards, 10, 20 men, the boys. They did an MVP, they did an offensive player, defensive player, most improved, rookie of the year, and play of the year. Spinny, off the top, who was your MVP for the Detroit Lions?
My MVP for the Detroit Lions is tough. It's a tough decision. I think it's between up to 2 players, but I'm going with my dog, Penei Sewell. I think Penei Sewell is the MVP of the Detroit Lions season. He was the first team All-Pro. He was the stalwart. He set the record for most, consecutive pass blocking snaps without allowing a sack. Dude was a freak of nature. He's up against everybody. And if you lose Penei Sewell, you lose multiple games. So give me Penei as the MVP this season.
Chris, MVP of the Detroit Lions this season.
I think I have to go with Spence's answer. I think I agree with that. I think that Penei is not the flashy pick, not the sexy pick, but I think that he's the most consistent. I mean, you want to point to the one game where Baltimore he let up a sack against Baltimore, and that was Baltimore who completely clobbered the whole team. That's really the only flaw you can pick at when it comes to Penei and this season. So I think he's just a absolutely vital part of this team. I think he's the most important part of this team. I think a lot of the success doesn't happen without this man.
Nicholas Koloff.
Speaking about success happening without a guy, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. It's the sun god. This dude is there for Jared Goff every single third down, every time he needs him. Anytime this team is behind the sticks, who they go to? Amon-Ra St. Brown. He keeps this top 5 offense moving in the right direction, just like Sewell is elite to this offensive line group. Amon-Ra St. Brown is the heart of these wide receivers, and Jared Goff is not the same quarterback if he doesn't have Amon-Ra St. Brown to lean on for this Detroit Lions offense. St. Brown, MVP of this team.
A single season franchise record was set this year with 58 touchdowns. It's a cheap way out if I just pick the entire offensive line. Can I MVP the entire offensive line? Because none of that happens without these guys. As much as people want to lean on JG and all that stuff like that, he is not who he is without these men in front of him blocking him. And I think we witnessed that in the few times that we may have been down more than one guard at a time or more than one interior guy at a time. And we saw him go for a stretch where he's turning the ball over 8 times. So for me, it's the offensive line, MVP for the Detroit Lions. How about the offensive player of the year?
Offensive player of the year, that's the one I'm going to give to Amon St. Brown. The guy was a pivotal point of this offense. He was a first-team All-Pro for a reason. He's one of the best receivers in the NFL this year. As sure-handed as it comes, always doing the extra thing, always getting those yak yards. Like Nick said, this team wouldn't have been the same without him. So I'm giving my offensive player of the year to Amon St. Brown.
Nick?
Offensive player of the year goes to the second-team All-Pro. Tight end out of Iowa. Sammy Laporta. Sam Laporta is my offensive player. Oh, yeah, of course I do, right? Because he's the best tight end in the goddamn league, Chris. No, I'm just kidding. But top 3 for sure.
He's also a lot.
No, this dude has been durable. He was supposed to be out for the playoffs. Every single big moment, this guy's stepped up. He's set records. He has been the absolute steal of the draft for Brad Holmes, bringing in a tight end to absolutely just show out like the way he did. Offensive player of the year for me for the Detroit Lions is a rookie in Sam Laporta.
Chris Tefer.
Guys, do I have to do it? Is this really what it's come to? Are we really that childish that we just can't give this man Jared Goff any fucking credit? Come on, man. Offensive player of the year, Jared Goff, because Amon-Ra.
I mean, who was first team All-Pro?
I mean, look.
Amon-Ra St. Brown and Penei Sewell.
He's got a point.
Listen, don't try to argue this with facts and logic and reason, okay? I'm trying to make a point here. No, Jared Goff is the MVP because, at the end of the day, he is the captain of the ship. And as great as Amon-Ra is, as great as Penei is, Jared Goff is the one that's, in the first quarter of the Rams game, going Josh Reynolds. Like he's the one that's when Amon-Ra is not getting the ball, when Sam Laporta is not getting the ball, when Penei is lighting in a sack, which is once in every blue moon. Jared Goff is the one that's stepping up to a plate and making the right play. So I think it's crazy that he doesn't get his credit here. And you know what? I have to do it. I have to do it for my guy Broder.
You know what?
I'm not mad at it.
I'm glad you did it. Because I don't. All right. Yeah. I'm going Amon St. Brown. Yak King, I think for the second time in his career, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Amon St. Brown.
I crawled so you can run.
Thank you, man. I mean, that's the type of guy you need around Jared Goff. A guy who can do it after the catch. Amon St. Brown has been that and more. First team All-Pro. Well-deserved. Hats off to him. But Amon St. Brown, easily my offensive player of the year. How about your defensive player of the year?
Defensive player of the year, I think it's got to be Aiden Hutchinson. Right? Like what this guy did, he was one of, 4 players to have 100-plus pressures in a season in NFL history. He got up to 11.5 sacks. It wasn't exactly what I expected, but he still had an impact. He had the interception. Aiden Hutchinson was the driving factor of that defense. This defense would have been a lot worse if it wasn't for Aiden Hutchinson.
Nick?
Gotta be Hutch. I mean, he's the heart of this defense, just like the way Sewell is on the offensive line. Obviously, the accolades have not come for Aiden Hutchinson yet, but he is very close to getting to that next level of elite player. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him be an All-Pro next year, first team or second team. But the pressures just keep on stacking. This guy's an absolute dog for this defense. They're probably in the back 25 to 32 if Aiden Hutchinson isn't on this team. So Aiden Hutchinson is my defensive MVP. And he does more than just get to the quarterback. Pass defended, interceptions. I think this dude's a dog.
I think we're running this around the room, right?
Yeah, that one's Hutch all day. Yeah. All right, Rookie of the Year.
This is a tough one, honestly.
Yeah, it's a good problem.
It's crazy.
This is a tough one. There are 3 guys that could easily win this award when you look at what they did, the impact they had on the season. And, man, I know Nick's going to give it to Sam Laporta. I know one other you guys are going to give it to Sam Laporta.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, that's obvious, Nick.
Whoa.
So,
I got a different guy.
I'm giving it to Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm giving it to Jahmyr Gibbs. I think what he did, how explosive he was, how electric he is as a runner. He did bring an entire new element to this team. He almost had 1,000 yards without basically doing anything the first couple games of the season, and splitting the backfield with another 1,000-yard back. He really came into his own after David Montgomery had to go down those couple games, and that I think is the most important fact. Like that was a pivotal part of the season, and David Montgomery was your workhorse up to that point. He goes down. What does Jahmyr Gibbs do? Oh, he goes out and has 160 rushing yards in a game. Like, he had his 2 biggest games of the year when you needed him the most. So I'm going to give it to Gibbs. It's, like I said, though, you could say anybody, and I'm not going to, if you said Branch, Gibbs, or Laporta, I'm not going to argue with you.
Rookie of the year. Fuck, it is tough.
It's extremely tough,
It is very
man.
tough. Laporta, by far. I think, like, reliability-wise, it was him by a mile. Behind Amon St. Brown. That's what JG was going to on those third downs. He never went down easily, too. He was very, very clutch, I think, in the playoffs. Very, very clutch. And throughout the season, really. He was a much-needed added wrinkle to this offense. So I'm giving it to Sammy Lapotts. Nick?
My rookie of the year, he should have been playing up in Wisconsin. The Green Bay Packers let the Detroit Lions slide in and trade for him. The B2 Bomber, Brian Branch. I know DNC's been busting my balls all day in the chat about bringing up stats. Well, Brian Branch filled up the stat sheet. 3 interceptions, 13 passes defended. This dude came off the edge, closing speed untouchable. 74 tackles. Yeah, Brian Branch was an absolute weapon for this defense, and he missed 2 games. I cannot wait to see what he does in his sophomore season. He might be, well, he's definitely making a Pro Bowl next year, calling it right now. Brian Branch, my rookie of the year, and that's because this defense definitely needed him. You know, the offense maybe could have been okay without something, maybe a running back, but this defense needed a guy like Brian Branch back there making plays. Chris?
B2 bomb.
It's amazing that we have 3 rookies that produced at this level, and you can still have this argument for a discussion of rookie of the year for this team, because Brian Branch had his moments on 28 NFL teams or 27 NFL teams. He's probably rookie of the year, and he finished 3rd for me. Sam Laporta, I think I have him too, but I see the argument based off the consistency and comparing it to the start of Gibbs. But number 1, man. It's the electrician. It's the guy who had a 9-to-5 and still gave work on Sunday, bro. Come on, what are we doing? This man worked a 9-to-5 and still gave people the business on the weekend.
Sunday, yeah.
On the weekend, on the Lord's Day, the day of rest. This man was still balling. At the end of the day, he was the most impactful player, I believe, in the playoff stretch, which is obviously the most crucial stretch of the season for the Lions and for the Lions franchise in 30-plus years. So while Laporta was more consistent throughout the stretch or throughout the whole season, at the end of the season, Gibbs was playing as the best pound-for-pound rookie on this team. So I'm gonna go Gibbs.
Let's just wrap it up. I know we're a little bit over, but let's just wrap it up either way. So that rookies of the year. What's most improved?
Most improved, I'm going to go... Can I go with Lee McNeil?
Yeah.
Even though he got injured.
That's a great answer.
Yeah, he got injured, but if he didn't get injured, he would have been 8, 9, maybe even 10 sacks on the season. He looked great. Obviously, he changed his body. Extremely aggressive in the run game, still doing things very well, and was getting after the passer. If he didn't get injured, he probably would have been a Pro Bowler this year, so I'm going to go with Lee McNeil.
I'm still in the best one, in my opinion. Lee McNeil is great, too. Fanzalone is actually a great mention, too. But I'm going to go with Derek Barnes. Derek Barnes is a guy who we were questioning as a draft pick.
He was questioning himself and the Lord.
Yeah. Hey, if anything, just know the Lord will answer your prayers. You just got to send them to him. You just got to send them in. Derek Barnes, game-sealing interception, the playoff game, his first interception of his career against Baker Mayfield and Tampa Bay Buccaneers, take us to the NFC Conference Championship game, on top of a plethora of other things he did this year. I wish he got the sack on deck. That's about it. Probably would have been a safety, too, right?
Definitely would have been a safety.
Either way, Derek Barnes balled out of his mind. We drafted Jack Campbell, and he was like, hold on, young fella. Got some shit to do.
Yeah.
And he did it. Shout out to Derek Barnes. Most improved.
I had Aleem, my backup, Derek Barnes. I think there's two guys on this team that it's pretty clear cut. You guys made great points there. Not going to expand on it too much. Aleem, he definitely would have had those numbers, say he was healthy the whole season. And Derek Barnes, I honestly wanted to not like the guy, but it's hard to not like him now, what he did this year.
Mm-hmm.
So Derek Barnes, shout out on the improvement. Chris, what you got?
Yeah, I got Derek Barnes. I got the man that's got God on his side. You know, I'm not going against that. That's my pick every time. So I think, I think when you're just considering the jump of where they were at the start of the season versus where they were, you all right there, Spencer?
Yeah, bro, you got to change the channel.
Just quit watching it. Oh, those gloves were fucking. Those gloves were transparent before that action.
Yes, they were.
I just didn't want to spoil the end of the other one movie that was on. All right, my 600-pound life is just as gross.
Just as gross.
All right, come on.
Shoulder deep in some cattle.
This one. You want to do it or go to break first?
Best play when we get back?
We'll do best play when we get
Best
back.
play of the year when we come back.
Let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all this for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports. We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime.
Hey, didn't see you there.
Everywhere you look.
You ever heard of Swiss Insurance? It's the best in the game. Whether it's your auto, your home, or your kids, Swiss Insurance got you covered. Call Mark today. It's Mark at SwissINS.com.
When you're lost out there and you're all alone.
Hey!
Front rim.
Fucking rim job, dude.
Detroit Lions Play of the Year. You gave it to me, so I'm gonna give you credit. Shout out to Spinny.
Yeah.
Because I was gonna go with something else.
Damn.
Afonso Melifonwu's interception to seal the first NFC North division title in Detroit Lions history, and the first in my life, and the first of many. Afonso Melifonwu. Not only did it seal a historic break for the Detroit Lions, but it also came on an interception of all. Like it's a sick ass play to have to seal a deal. Shout out to Afonso Melifonwu and the Detroit Lions for getting her done.
That's a great one. Yeah. I thought that was going to be yours. But I had one in mind before that.
Okay.
And the one I had in mind was Aiden Hutchinson's strip sack safety on Justin Fields.
Oh, that's sexy too.
To seal the game against the Bears. It was awesome. The whole comeback that was involved into it.
Kim K.
No Kim K. No comeback like that. But the Bears had a chance there at the end to go back down the field and score on their own, and Aiden Hutchinson slammed the door shut. Strip sack, safety to win the game. You love it.
Strip and come back. Nick, Play of the Year.
Play of the Year. Hey, one block of the year, fellas.
That's a great one.
Craig M. Effin Reynolds coming through a brick wall. Craig Reynolds sets up Amon St. Brown in Tampa Bay, and I was actually at the game watching it live, saying F you to all the Tampa Bay fans and their creamsicles. And it was just an electric play down there. This team needed it. Craig Reynolds shows out, and it won block of the year. So this Detroit Lions team had a lot of memorable plays this year, but it was kind of like the highlight assist too. You know, blocks never really get too much credit, but this one did. So it was cool to see for Craig. Chris?
This was early in the season, very early in the season, but you know what? That's why I'm going with it, because it started the greatest Lions season in 30-plus years, and that is B-2 Bombers pick six in Kansas City. When that happened,
B-2 bomber
blew the roof off the building and everywhere in Detroit. I mean, this was an incredible play, and this was the type of play that springboarded the momentum for the entire season.
Yeah.
You can go with the Derek Barnes interception to get the Lions to the NFC Championship. You can have those plays, but this play to me is the first big play of the season, the first play that really kicked off what was such a phenomenal season and one of my favorite seasons in all of Detroit sports. So this was incredible to me. That's one I'll always remember.
It's awesome. And you guys are awesome too. We appreciate you all joining us on this Wednesday. We'll be back tomorrow. You know where we're at. It's Eazy. It's Nick. It's Chris. I'm
Happy
Spencer.
Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Kiss your wife for me. We're the Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Shout out the rotor.
Or I will.